Hey friends, it's Chops, and welcome to a midweek Chops vlog. Surprise! Well, not really. I told you this was going to happen in the last one. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the new expansion that Blizzard just announced. Like I said, we would. Anyways. But yeah, we're going to do like a Chops Reacts video. Hang on, I need to do the stupid YouTube thumbnail face. The algorithm tells me people love React videos. I don't care. I would talk a little bit generally about it and then work my way down to the stuff that I think 20s need to be aware of. In general, I'm shocked that Blizzard created an expansion in which we need to travel to a heretofore unknown and hidden continent to help the local residents with their regional conflicts while also engaging in an overarching storyline in which the fate of the whole world hangs in the balance. This time we swear. That's something we've never seen from Blizzard before. I hate it. I hate it. I hate the way that they just abandon their entire world over and over and over again. Like, they have this, like, Azeroth is an incredibly detailed and rich world, right? Like, if they wanted to do something where they needed to bring the Black Dragonflight back or bring the dragons back to save Azeroth, like, they didn't need to do it with a new continent. They could have just, I don't know, man, like, the green Dragonflight goes into the Southern Barrens. You know, there's all that like wild growth going on there that happened in Cataclysm, and like the green Dragonflight is kind of responsible, I guess, for helping clear that up and get that straight. You know, that's them. And then like the blue Dragonflight, they're all magical and squirrely with it, and maybe they help the Blood Elves rebuild Silvermoon City that got cut in half. It's been 15 years. Maybe you get the red Dragonflight going in and helping somewhere. I don't know, man. Like, do something with the Cataclysm world that you've had for the past 12 years. Yeah, man. It's been like 12 years since Cata released, and they haven't done anything with Azeroth since. We are farther from Cataclysm than Cataclysm was from vanilla. And we still play in a Cataclysm world, right? Like, this world is Cataclysm with just random continents stuck onto it every expansion. And that sucks. Like, that really feels bad. Like, please, did I just get disconnected? I did. Please go back and like revisit this stuff. And what a great way to do that. You know what I mean? Like, you could have used the Dragonflights to go through and revisit some of these zones. But instead, we're just going to get yet another continent that's going to be dead content in 2.5 years. Like, we are never getting out of this cycle, I don't think. And it's awful. It's awful and terrible and rant over. They also introduced a couple of other systems that I think are fairly neat, actually. They are going to do because it's like dragon thing, they're going to do like a dragon mount that you get. Well, that's not new, man. We've had dragon mounts since the Burning Crusade. But this one is going to be like, they're talked about like a different system or different kind of flying in which you would like, it's more physics based than the one that we currently have. And I hate flying mounts. I think they're a bad idea and I think they should be removed from the game entirely. But if you're going to do flying, this seemed like more of a good way to do it. It seemed more fun, I guess, and realistic, which, okay, cool. They said, they talked a lot about it being physics based, and it was like, showed things like doing swan dives and actually picking up speed when you did them and doing like barrel rolls and backflips and stuff like that. Cool. whatever. But the thing that caught my attention was that you get this mount, and then that mount progresses with you through the expansion. So like as I guess you go along, you can like earn different cosmetics for it. Like you get like, I guess, different horns you can put on it, or different, like give it a different wing look, or give it different scale colors, and what have you, and all that good stuff. And also that's where you like learn the tricks that you're going to do, is through part of this progression. And I actually think that that's pretty neat. I have long thought that mounts should be a more serious part of the game. Like you should have a companion mount that progresses with you. Like when I think about it, I think about like the Frost Saber mount from Winter Spring, right? Like you raise this mount from a cub, you like make toys for it, you take it out on little adventures with you, you teach it to hunt, you play fetch with it, and then it grows up and you get this mount, and then it is just another in your dozens and dozens and dozens of mounts, right? It would be cooler if mounts were like, you did that, but then it also became a companion to you. And as you used it and rode it, like you built up like loyalty or something with it. And like you got to do things like earn armor for it, or earn a new saddle for it, or like a banner that you hung off the back of the saddle, or like maybe you earned saddlebags that increased your bag space, or maybe just cool cosmetic stuff. Like if you get it to be loyal enough to you, when you dismount it, it doesn't go away. It follows you around like a battle pet or something. Like just cool stuff like that really encourages people to treat mounts like an integral part of their adventuring party, which they would be if this was an actual world. Like you'd want to take care of your mount. Like that would be important. So I think that that's cool. They're getting roasted with like how to train your dragon memes, and I guess, okay, whatever, man. But those are already a little tired, but you get your kicks in, I guess. But I think it's fairly cool. The other thing that they announced was, that's not related to 20s, was a new class and new spec, which I don't care. There are too many classes in this game, and there are too many, or not new classes, new spec, new class and new race. There are too many races. There's too many classes. I don't care. I don't want another one. I don't think there needs to be another one. And it's like heavily theme related. It's like Demon Hunters, right? Like it's heavily related to the theme of the expansion and feels out of place in every other expansion, which is what this class and race is going to feel like. I think it's stupid, whatever. But that's it for sort of like the general take on how like the expansion game wide is going to be. Oh, one more thing I did want to note, just so I'm not a complete negative Nancy about it. The zones that they created, like, yeah, it's a brand new continent. Gorgeous. They're just stunning. Every expansion consistently, the art team on like zone design just knocks it out of the park. It's always fantastic. It's always super well done. Even if I personally don't like the aesthetic, it's always at least well executed. So kudos to them for that. Anyways, moving on to stuff that's relevant to 20s. The first one is they mentioned that the level cap at endgame is going to be raised from 60 to 70. To my mind, this pretty much means we're never going to see any Shadowlands content. I thought there might be a chance that like that they stuck the level cap at 60 and just moved in-game along to a different expansion. And then maybe Shadowlands would get bumped down to like, level 20 through 40, but like only one zone was level 20. If they're moving the level cap up, I think it's far more likely that all of Shadowlands content stays like level 40 through level 60. So I don't think we get any of it. I mean, there's an outside chance that we still get like the Maw and Bastion or something, but I don't think so. So we might get some of the profession systems and stuff like that. That would be cool. And I bet we could get summoned to like Oribos or Oribos or whatever. And we could wander around in those zones, but I don't think we're going to have access to any of like the quest content or anything or the reputations or anything like that. So there's that. The other one, and this is huge. This is this is the bulk of my excitement. They're bringing back talent trees. That's huge. We have been stuck with this stupid little talent thing since what? Cataclysm or MOP or something like that? When did they introduce this? It was a bad idea when they introduced it. It's been a bad idea ever since. It sucks. It's awful. It's terrible. And I am stoked to see it go. I think a talent tree system with some real granularity to it, where like you assign points to different talents and you get a new point every level, and you can choose, do I want to pick up this new talent or do I want to keep making this other ability stronger and stronger? How do I want to go through the talent tree? You know, what do I think is essential to my play style? What do I think isn't essential to my play style? That kind of stuff. That is huge. And I am so excited that they're bringing back talent trees, man. That is massive. I think especially for like low level play at like level 20, it can lead to even what you could think of as like sub specs. So like if you're at level 70, right, which is going to be end game for Dragonflight, I mean, you've got all these talent points that you've laid out. You're probably going to pick up all the essentials, right? Like if you're like an arms warrior, you're probably going to pick up the big arms stuff, right? But if you're level 20, you may only have 10 points to put in one of those talent trees, which is also, I say one of, a cool thing that they're doing is they're giving you 2 talent trees. You're going to get your class talent tree, and then you're going to get your spec talent tree, and you'll get points for your spec talent tree and your class talent tree. So like what we have now, if you look at your spell book, that's not my spell book, this is my spell book. These are like the warrior class essential stuff, right? Like slam, execute, ignore pain, shield slam, all of this, right? And then if you go and you click onto arms, these are just the arms skills, right? And then like these are just the fury skills. And so what you're going to see is like this stuff becomes a talent tree, and then this stuff also becomes a talent tree, right? And then these talents that you have because your arms get worked into that talent tree, and then like your PvP talents look like they work about the same. But yeah, this is very exciting because it means like at end game you're going to pick up all that essential stuff, but at early game at like 20, maybe you can only go like, and I'm completely just making stuff up here for the point of illustration, but maybe you can only go towards the side of the talent tree that's like about rend and deep wounds and bleeds, right? Or you can choose to go to the side of the talent tree where you're picking up like Colossus Smash and Slam and stuff, right? So you can play like the big crit smash warrior or like a bleed warrior, right? Or, you know, you're picking up a resto druid and you can pick up maybe the side of the talent tree that would go towards like really buffing your hots, right? Or there's a side of the talent tree that maybe buffs your damage a little bit. And so you play like a weak balance druid with strong heals or something like, and then you get these sort of like sub specs, you know, like somebody plays a resto druid that's all about the hots. Maybe somebody plays a resto druid that's really about those big direct heals, like what's it called? Swift Mend, and stuff like that. Like also very cool. There's that possibility, which is really very exciting, for talent trees, man. That is, it was a huge surprise to me. I was like, they announced it and I was just beaming from ear to ear because I think it's something that this game has needed to go back to since the first day they introduced that stupid talent selection system. That is huge. I think that is a move in a really good direction. And I think overall, the expansion is probably like the least dramatic expansion that they could have gone with. Like it's probably the safest thing they could have done. Everybody likes the dragons. A new continent, as dumb and stupid and boring as it is at least predictable and safe. People do like exploring new zones and new content. And if we had been doing stuff like actually saving the Barons or actually saving Thousand Needles or something, people would have whined about being like, oh, this is just old content that's getting rehashed, like that kind of thing. And so Blizzard really needed to just be like, maybe we don't create an expansion that everybody's super happy with, but we create an expansion that that at least nobody's really mad about. And we can, give us a chance to sort of revamp what we're looking at. And I think that the commitment to going back to talent trees, which is a huge change, and I think that the commitment to revamp their UI, which it is something else that they talked about. And I think that, doing things like not having Group Finder and Wrath Classic, like these are all things that give me a very positive vibe on where things are headed. This is still also though the game that's going to pretty much eliminate like faction distinction, and I think cross faction play is bad and stupid, which is also like gives me vibes that like it's going in a bad direction. But like I don't know, man. Like I'm really down on where Endgame is currently. I think it's bad and not compelling at all. But I think that like the changes that they make to, I guess, appease the end gamers seem to be so far nothing but good for free to play twinks. Except for that stupid cross faction thing, man. That sucks. But anyways, so yeah, like I'm a little bit more hyped on where the game is now than I was when I made that video saying I'm probably done with the game. But we'll have to see how the talent tree thing pans out. We'll have to see if, there might be a thing where they're like, hey, we're doing cross faction play, but only at level 60 plus, which would be cool. So we'll have to see. That's all in the future though. For right now, like totally stoked on talent trees. I like the idea of a companion mount. I hope we see more of that, and I hope it trickles down to us. I think the whatever new continent's stupid. It's gorgeous, but come on. Anyways, yeah, man, I've covered it all. No need to like sum up my thoughts for a fifth time here. Anyways, thanks for hanging out, and I will talk to you guys next time.